2 hour track Wednesday. Ooh, okay. So I've been changing a couple things around. I'm using a different microphone this time, which is great because you won't have to listen to me breathe on it every 20 seconds. Unfortunately, it's picking up a lot of the background room noise, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it for forever. Um, So I'm going to try it this time and I'll listen to the recording. I did some tests and overall it seemed okay. However, if cats start fighting or somebody comes home or my phone starts ringing, it's going to pick up everything. So we'll see how it goes. Um, oh, hi Amy. How you doing? I was just saying I'm using a different microphone this time, so you don't have to listen to me breathe, which I think is an improvement. However, it does pick up everything, so we'll see if it's a good long-term solution or if it's just something I'll scrap. Um, Another happy news: I did get the rest of my streaming setup, which is back there. I'm gonna plug that in when I'm done with this, maybe a little bit later. I know you're sleepy. I'm sorry that I can't do this earlier. Um, but, I have to work and stuff. The other thing I noticed about this camera is now that it's like above me, like my hairline, I look like I look like as old as I feel. But yeah, I realize mostly when I'm watching the older streams, like the recording, that I just need a haircut. So that's cool. See, I'm sure you heard my phone boop there, which is one reason why I don't want to use this microphone, as amazing as it is, because it is pretty amazing. Um, but so I just wanted to start the stream a little early, see if anybody filters in. This stream is going to be an interesting one because I have a lot of random elements going together for it. Recently, and I think I mentioned this on Sunday, that last Friday I got a fortune cookie, so I'm going to use this as either inspiration. I did move the phone further away and hopefully it'll help. I'll either use this as inspiration or just the actual song title. If it's short enough, I'll use it as the whole song title. Otherwise, I might paraphrase it. Beyond that, the theme for today. Sorry, client. The theme for today. Let me get it here. Compounding the problem. Use a compound meter or time signature like 5498 or 128. You don't hear these very often, but they can bring a sense. Bleh, I can't talk today. But they can bring a strong sense of rhythm to your writing and force you to come up with new rhythmic ideas. C blank for an explanation. Blah blah blah. So, compound meters are super super fun, and I don't use them often enough. So I've actually been looking forward to this one for a little while. However, I don't want to do something boring. That might beep. Yeah. Holy crap. Jeez. Thanks, Windows. I don't know exactly what I want to do. So, I have this D20, boop, right here, that is going to help me determine what time signature I should use. I have a couple of stipulations for this. I want it to be an odd number because those are often a lot more fun than even numbers. And I want it to be more than 5. So basically 7 through 19 odd numbers only. So I might have to roll it a couple times and that's cool. I thought about trying to move my camera down so you can see the rolls, but I don't know if that's going to work because the cord's pretty short. So you'll just have to take my word for it that I do what I did. So I'll wait for another couple minutes and see if anybody else shows up. Um, Sorry about that. Nothing really super sensitive in there, but I needed to move it over to this window. And there's no real way to do that, I think. Yeah, there's not like move to other window. You missed the Gmail notification that I need to clean the litter box. That's about it. So don't feel too sad. I was just gonna go and advertise on Twitter again that I'm starting the stream. Emotional Piano is really great. I love it a lot, Amy. I don't use it as often as I do now. I have the Giant, which is this thing, which is what I use most of the time. The other problem with this microphone is picking up all the keyboard's stuff, which I am also not a big fan of. I use the Giant a lot. Just, I love the sound of it. Blech. So, but they're both amazing. Sound Iron, just in general, makes a lot of really cool things, and I actually have a lot of Sound Iron stuff right here, like their Motion to Piano, obviously, but like they have small packs that they use. They have the little Epic Percussion, which I think I actually used on your song, the Struck Grand, which is actually pretty cool. I haven't used this very much. I think it was included with something else. This is like a, oops, that's one thing I hate about Complete. Um, so it's like a piano that's plucked, so they like open up the grand part and they, so it's like for weird horror stuff, maybe. It's stuff that I should mess around with more often. Oh, baby. That's fun. That's really fun. So it's getting to be almost 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna get this started. First, I'm gonna open the fortune cookie. Traditionally, at least traditionally for me, it's good luck to actually eat the fortune cookie before reading the message. However, I don't really want to do that on stream, so I'm going to put it back in the bag, and it will be my treat for successfully finishing this challenge. So, cookie. Fortune. Oh, this is a long one. You'll seldom experience regret for anything that you've done. I don't. That's a weird one. You'll seldom experience regret for anything that you've done. I'm not really sure how I can contextualize that into a song. But I have some thoughts. Like paraphrasing, yeah, Cookie, yeah, tell me about it. So paraphrasing this, you can change this from a statement into more of an abstract feeling, like experiencing regret, or the experience of regret, which I actually kind of like, the experience of regret. And obviously that's changing the generally positive message of this, even if it's stupid, into not stupid, but it's definitely not not what I was hoping for. It doesn't really change it into a negative one, but it changes it into something a little bit more emotionally powerful. something. So I might go and work with this and call it like the experience of regret, unless somebody comes up with a better name in the future, which I would be totally open to ideas. So I will keep this over here. And now, the dice, and like I said, I'm gonna roll until I get anything that is a 7 to 19 odds only, because the evens, it's too easy to break it into even parts, which is obvious, because if you get like 10, then you can go 4 4 4 4 2 4. But when you get like 13, you're like, well, you can do 7 4 6 4. I only have one cookie, Elvique. I'm sorry. And there's only one fortune in there. So I'm just gonna stick with this, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's the whole nature of this. So I got 1, which does not help. Let's try again. 2. Oh man, I'm glad I'm not playing D&D right now, which I haven't done in a long time. That was a 6. 13. Lucky 13. Look at that. Boop. It's backwards, isn't it? Yeah, it's backwards. Good job. Backwards, lucky 13. So I guess that's all I have. So I am going to start the timer and try to figure something out. So the first thing that I think of is I actually wrote a song in 13/4 time called 13 is my favorite prime. And that was a really weird rhyme. So I really liked that the meter of 6/4 to 7/4 because it is essentially 4 bars of 6/4 with an extra little bar at the end, and it works really well to kind of. Why is the timer not going? Did I double click it? Oh, I minimized the thing like a dummy. Okay. So I might kind of start with that and see where it goes. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 13/8 actually, because I like the idea of triplets. I haven't done that in a while. So we'll get 2 bars here. Excuse me. I think the tempo for this is going to have to be pretty slow. So I'm going to start it at 80 and see where it goes from there. Why do I get the burps right when I start streaming, like every time? Because I was fine like 20 minutes ago. And now I'm not. So, samples. I kind of am thinking of something that's... I'm also trying to switch about my workflow a little bit and trying to start with the drums and seeing if I can move from drums to bass to melody. It's not how I usually do things, but I wanted to give it a shot. I do like drum machines. Where are the hats? There. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to put a hat into every one of these, just so I have a bass line there. So kind of what I'm thinking for this, rhythmically anyway, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So just messing around with the hits that are accentuated. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot what I said. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So obviously that doesn't sound like much right now, but so it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And if this microphone, if it's not working for you guys, like if it just doesn't sound very good, please let me know. I would be more than happy to switch back to the other one real quick. Um, I just wanted to give it a try for this one and see how it kind of stood up against the other stuff. Also, Elvik, how you doing today, man? I haven't said that yet. Good, thank you. If there's background noise or anything, just let me know about that too. One of the reasons why I bought like this new computer and all this other stuff was because the other one was crazy loud, and I was sick of it. So we have this, and I'm gonna find just some basic clap, put that in there. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, but you know. Feels like it needs to be faster. Um, okay. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to find like a pattern that I can exploit in this. And I think that what I should do is essentially what I'm doing here is, I mean, with all music, you're trying to find patterns and like exploit them. So with these 13 bars, I have the 1 2 3 clap, then 1 2 3 that. So it's like it's giving the impression that it's this, and then it kind of repeats the first little bit of that again, and then it just goes right into the loop. So I'm sorry if I'm not explaining myself terribly clear here. Okay, so this rhythm right here is actually pretty traditional. The bump 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 bump. You hear it in a lot of like action movies and stuff. And then it feels like you're starting that loop again, but instead of that, you're doing just like half of it, and then you're just starting the loop over again. So it's bump 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 bump. Yeah, so I think that could be pretty cool. However, in that case, I want to increase the tempo by fairly considerable amount. So that actually feels really disjointing, which I kind of like. I probably won't end up sticking with those drums, but hey, it's a start. I've been kind of in the mood to do a lot more electronic music lately, which makes me kind of happy. Oh, come on. So, what I can do with this is I can further exploit that loop by messing with the melody around thinking that it's supposed to loop there, but it doesn't. So I think that's right here. Oh, no, it's further up. 7. Ugh. Get some better movement into this. Hmm. Um, so what I did, I think it was last time, where maybe it was last Wednesday or last, I can't remember what it was, but I said that I just need to get something that sounds decent, and then I can work on expanding on that idea. So I'm gonna just kind of do that here, and get some plugins going here. So I'm going to see if I can finally use this Valhalla Shimmer, because I love this thing. Okay, well this is in the wrong spot, but you know, Valhalla Shimmer. I have not used it very much. I only got it pretty recently, but oh, it's so good. It is a reverb, but it creates this shimmery feel to it where it modulates what it is. It's so cool. Although I'm not sure why there's a delay now because I messed it up. Where is the... Oops. Yeah, it's the diffusion. So that gives it kind of this weird floaty background, but I'm not really sold on the actual instrument yet. Um, but, you know, it's something to go off of. I can... Cool. Cool. Nope, not enough. Okay, volume levels still seem pretty good, which is kind of what I'm worried about. Every time I change everything around, I feel like I'm messing everything up again. And hopefully after tonight, things will be stabilized. Okay, I can get rid of that. Oh, because there we go. I was like, why does that sound wrong? Because I made this in the minor key. Duh. Speaking of minor key, after this, I am starting to do some music theory lessons with a good friend of mine. Well, a friend of mine. I don't know him super well, but you know, I met him like a week ago. So I'm actually going to be streaming those with him, and that'll be fun too, because I want to learn better music theory, and I think. Hey, buddy, how you doing? it's good to see somebody show up. You're welcome to stick around, ask questions, do whatever you want. I'm thinking that maybe if I do this. There. I'm doing pretty good. I just started this challenge and I'm not, oh geez, it's already been 15 minutes. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, but I've got this pretty cool semi-chill out ambient thing going on. I really dig how this is going. I don't... Nope. Of course, I can always see what adding swing does to this. I'm not sure how swing is handled in like 13/8 time, but I would be remiss not to try, I guess. Ugh, no. And then this is for 16th notes, so. And that subtle swing might actually be really good. I figure I'd give it a try. See what's up. Yeah. It's not bad. I might leave it on there because it's not really hurting anything right now. However, excuse me. No, I'm just going to take it off for now. Yeah, and that's nothing, so. Okay, there's that. So the first thing I want to do with the drums is I want to tighten them up a little bit. And one thing that I'm looking forward to with getting the new setup is that I will be able to use a microphone in my actual input rather than a microphone. This one just goes right to basically Twitch. So I will be able to record stuff a little bit easier. Because one thing I want to do is create better, I like making my own samples on the fly. It's a lot of fun. So let's try some more organic sounds, because I think that will definitely help things out. Then I need a snare. Acoustic. There's a lot of cool ones. Like I bought all these packs and I haven't really even gone through all of it. I don't like how they cut off, but I'll give it a try. Okay, this saturator. To be honest, I'm starting to like this huge reverb chain more than I like the actual instrument. So that's kind of cool. Another thing is these hi-hats are actually kind of annoying. Let's see if I can... So that's the one I used. So what I'm going to do... I did this recently where you can create a multi-sampler. So you have these 3 samples and selection, selection, and you can basically set up a randomizer to choose one. So what I'm doing right here is I'm sliding these around. So the randomizer chooses a note between 1 and 127, and then it'll just play one of those samples in itself. So, oops, let me just set this up real quick, if I remember how, hopefully. Yeah, sample selection. Then just choose random. Should be working. Oh wait. There we go. There. So now it's just going all over the place here. So that helps with giving the hats, because the hats are played so often you don't want it to be the same note over and over and over and over. I mean, obviously with like certain EDM and stuff, it's nice to have that consistency, but when it comes to this with more organic drums, I like the feeling of it constantly moving, although one of these is really short, and I don't know which one it is. And there's... Okay, I can test it out, I think. Can I test it out? Yeah, so it's this one that's really short. So I'm going to find a different one. Yeah, so I'm just going to replace 4 with 2. And we should be good. Nope. That's really soothing, actually. How it kind of like wells up and then fades. I really like how that kind of works together. And of course, now I hear that and I'm like, oh well, I should add some field recordings of like waves and stuff, which I do a surprising amount. So let's see if I can find a good recording of wind, growls and whooshes. Thought I had wave sounds in here somewhere. Field with birds, fire starting, indoor rain, Lake Harriet, rain in the car, shoveling in the sleet, shuffling papers. I need to organize this stuff more, apparently. Hey, Viaframe? Did I get that right? Oh yeah, thank you for inviting. I really appreciate that. I hear some waves. Rather than the other one, though, I like the idea that this is like kind of really close to the water. The other one was like more in the background, and this one's like super up close. So I'm gonna give that a try. See how that goes. The other thing that I want to do actually is that this this reverb doesn't kick in right away, so I'm thinking of basically preloading the reverb by having it play a little bit at 0 volume, and then slowly bringing in the volume from there. So what I can do is have the waves move in like this. Sorry, my nose has been itchy all day. I'm not like trying to pick my nose on stream or anything. If I did, you couldn't stop me. Ha! I'm in control here. Okay, so the waves is kind of loud. Okay. See, now I don't like the drums again because this is this requires a little bit more stuff, but I also think that it needs a little bit of bass guitar just for simple chords. So I'm going to grab that. I cleaned up my office today. Studio or whatever you want to call it. And now everything is in its place and it's inconvenient. I need to keep this closer, I guess. So one thing that I want to do at some point is get a better camera position so it's easier to see the guitar, but really I'm not a very good guitar player, so it's not it's not really super worth watching. So my phone just buzzed. Yeah. That's not gonna help. Well, let's add a couple. I don't think that it needs a really, oops. These are not bass amps. I don't think that it really needs anything super, super crazy. That's probably why it didn't work. I feel like I need to tune this thing. I tuned it like there. Ugh, this cable is kind of junky. Although I think it's the connector to the bass, not the cable. So I'm just gonna add that one note just for some ground. Holy shit. What the fuck just happened? That was pretty hilarious. And I can work with that later, but right now, that's definitely something to mess with. Oh, hey buddy, how you doing, man? It's great to have you on the stream. Hope you've been doing well. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try to get this guitar out of the way because if I close Guitar Rig, it deletes all my settings. Bass. So, never open that again. Yeah. So, for those who joined a little bit late, the goal or the challenge for this stream is using a compound meter, and I rolled a d20 and got 13. So this is 13-8 time. Tank music. However, I opened a fortune cookie because I had one lying around trying to get a theme, like a emotional or like a melodic theme, and this like some kind of experience that you seldom experience regret, and there's nothing I can do with that. So I changed it to like the experience of regret, but I don't even know if that's really happening in this right now. It's kind of just turning into its own jam, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. So with these drums, I like them, but I feel like they could be snappier. And oh, yeah, it was a snare. The snare's not the one that I wanted to be snappy, or I wanted the kick to have less poop at the back of it. Wash its butt. Yeah. And I might even layer that kick with something else. As for dank music, I will do my best. So, a nice thing with snares is give it a little bit of wash or reverb at the top, and that should help. Actually, I kind of want to add another layer to the snare that's really kind of high pitched. Shut up, phone. I'm busy. I should probably see who that is. It's my wife sending me links to stuff. So I am actually going to look in multi-packs and just try to find not really a generic boop, but kind of a high. So these might be loud because they're shitty vengeance. This is not the percussion I'm looking for. Yeah, so something like this. This is perfect. So what I can do is I'm going to just filter out all of the mids and lows, because all I want is this high end, and I just want the reverb for it to last a long time. But I don't want it to be super noticeable. So really, I just want this at the near end of the loop. Yeah. And even, since this is kind of a 2-bar loop, I'll just stick it way at the end there. Okay. So this is pretty cool. I have a friend who really hates phasers, but I kind of like phasers. So deal with it, friend who will not be named. You know who you are. Plus it gives a little bit more movement. I know the Valhalla Shimmer has a ton of movement for it already, but so this is starting to come together a little bit better. With these hats, I kind of want to... Where is... Yeah. Wanted to bring that down a little bit. So one thing that I love about compound meters, and I was just listening to this trying to figure it out, is like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say, Adika, or Akiada Great. Sorry. It's just like you listen to them and you're trying to like break down what it is in your head. Like it's not. It's like 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's like you're trying to figure out exactly how it all fits together because the snares don't line up right and the drums, like the kicks don't line up right. It's like the kicks are creating a rhythm, but it's just broken enough to where you just can't figure out exactly. You can't figure out exactly like how it all meshes together, and it clearly loops, but it doesn't loop in a clear way, which I think is super cool, and which is why I love this. And I was looking forward to this challenge for this very reason. However, I only have an hour and a half left, so I don't know what the shit I'm gonna do. I'm trying to swear less on the stream. The first couple streams that I did, I swore a lot, which isn't like it's a bad thing. It's the internet. It's like, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you know, I kind of want these to be at least somewhat accessible to people. I'm afraid to hit record again for this bass because of the crazy amount of beeps that happened last time. Yeah, Amy, I know. I honestly, I'm not the type of person that swears a whole lot. But when it comes to the bass, I swear a lot. But that's not where I was going. So we have. So. So I think that there's some pretty cool, pretty cool bass stuff that you can do with this. That is, if this thing would stop. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the connector, like the actual, the theme that I'm working with is it's a challenge from Composition Questlog, which is backwards, I know, but you'll get the idea. The current challenge is called Compounding the Problem, and it's essentially using a compound meter. Yep, and the theme I pulled from a fortune cookie because I had one lying around. It was about. It said that you'll never experience regret or something stupid like that, and I decided to call this track "Experiencing Regret" or "The Experience of Regret." The experience of regret, and I don't know if I'm really going with that theme or not, but okay, I can try that. This is gonna boop like a million times, so I'm gonna miss it the first time, I'm sure. What the fuck? How am I supposed to prepare myself for that? And this is actually. Yeah. I need to get better at bass. I really love playing it, but man. And that was just the wrong note. Yeah, the metronome is really messing me up. Like if it counts to 4, you know. Ugh. Like I could turn off the metronome, but then that just makes things worse. I don't know. Alternatively, I could just I could just use something else. Ugh. Man, this is why I need to get better at this stuff, because I'm embarrassing myself on stream. Not that anybody really cares. Damn it. Okay. Enough of that shit. I don't know why that cable's... I mean, I bought that bass guitar for like $60 at Guitar Center. So I'm not... I'm not too broken up about it, but I'm kind of annoyed that the connector is getting loose. I need to take a screwdriver to it, I think. And alternatively, instead of doing that with the bass, I can just make an instrument. So I'll just do that. I've got an instrument in mind that might work. Yeah. I don't know why the pitch bend isn't working. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know we're all friends, and that's kind of how I do this stuff anyway. Like, I just feel bad for, I can't even say wasting everybody's time, but it's just like, you know, it's kind of embarrassing not to be able to play. Oh, it did record. No, not really. I'm not really feeling the pressure. Like, if I fail this, it's whatever. I've failed 2-hour Trek Sundays before. And it doesn't really get to me. But you know, I want to succeed, and I mean that's the whole reason why I do this, because it's fun, and I want to make stuff. And the other thing is, like, once I get a basic idea down, if you've seen some of my videos, I can hammer out just like a song structure in like 20 minutes. So I'm not too worried about it. See, I don't even like this part anymore. And maybe I'll just add stuff with keyboard and mouse because I don't know. Ugh, stupid pants. Been sitting too long. It's one reason why I hate working from home. That's pretty cool. I don't like that this feels off. I took all the swing out of all these, so there shouldn't be any... Oh, this isn't right. Yeah, this has to be locked. It has to be locked to tempo. Okay, so some other things that I'm thinking of to go along with essentially this layer of pads that we created using the Valhalla Shimmer, and I want to see what it sounds like. Cut out the middles because I think that'll give this a little bit more room to play. Yeah. Okay, one thing that I'm thinking of... I'll give that a little bit more. There. Because I want this to pitch bend up. This is like the only reason why I miss FL Studio so much. Because it's a pain in the ass to do complicated pitch bends, and FL Studio is so easy. So as for another, and as always I apologize how damn small this is, but there's nothing I can do about it. What am I doing? Yeah, it would help if I stopped soloing this. So I'm just messing with some other pads, and I might make my own, but this is usually So I'm thinking about just creating another layer of pads kind of in the middle, because the Valhalla pads, that essentially that's what they are now, they're kind of taking up the really high end, and they're filling up a little bit of the low end, and the bass is filling up the rest of the low end. But I really like having just something in the middle, and then you can do these pretty chords. So, I'm going to have to mess with that a little bit because holy Christ, that is a long reverb tail, and the attacks are a little much too. So because I kind of want to add my own reverb to this anyway. So, and then there's some bass stuff going on, but I'm just gonna cut that out anyway. So I don't think there's anything else that I need to look at in here. That sounds good for now. So just gonna take EQ8, gonna just chop off all the bass. I'm gonna accentuate the highs because that's what I want. So then there's a kitty. Okay, so oh boy. There's a cat where my arm should be, and it's kind of annoying. I played these notes a little wrong, but I can fix it. Nope, I liked it before. I played them right. Never mind. Yeah, I love Absinthe. I honestly don't use it a ton, and I did sit down for like probably a day or two and did learn like how it all works, because the learning curve on it is pretty harsh. But God, you can make some cool stuff with it. So aside from this, there we go. I have a fear that this isn't going to be 2 bars in the sense. Oh, maybe it is. I was fearing that it was going to be 4 beats. So now that we have that, we'll dump some reverb on there just for the highs. And again, this is kind of accentuating that whole waves feeling, just like in and then out and then in and then out. And I really like that feeling. No innuendo there at all. So when it comes to this, I'm starting to get to the point where I need to add a little bit more interesting drum stuff, and I don't want to go crazy with it with this song, but I think that it could benefit from just a couple hat trills and like ghost notes from the snare. Even something subtle like that. The other thing I want to do is, since this is now 4 bars, yeah, this is 4 bars, I want to just fuck up one of these snare hits. And I think that'll change like everything. Yep, I love it. So basically, it's just like shifting everything over by a little bit. Um, nice. I don't know if I like how that end part. Yeah, that's better. I don't feel like I want to add a whole lot of swing to this with like super leading notes like what it was before, but having the thing. Somebody was like, I got like a zillion tweets and I want to know. Oh. Yeah. So okay, so I'm not a big fan of how this sounds. It just sounds really basic. And it might be something that I throw massive on and see what happens. So what I'm going to do just to preserve the instrument that I have already is I'm just going to make a group and I'm going to mute that channel. And now I have a massive instance. And let's see if I can whip something up real quick. I don't want to make it super complicated. What I had before was just a raw square wave. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Honestly, that's not bad. So we can work with that. I can also... I don't have a reverb on here. I do like Massive's reverb a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. So I'm not going to do a lot of tweaking in Massive because I'm not much of an EDM artist. But that's not an excuse, really. Okay, so the release needs to be longer. The attack... I realize now that I don't have my pitch bends anymore, which is a bit of a bummer, but I do like this chord, even though it's nothing special. I like it. Doesn't have to be special to be nice. That's what my mom always said. Not really. I can attach velocity to the amp. Yeah, so that'll get the volume a little bit more in line. Oh god, that's really good. It's all coming together, guys. I feel like if something sounds good, you can still appreciate it without sounding like a total asshole. I realize that might sound kind of egotistical, but being excited about what you're doing, I think that that's almost as important as actually doing it. I'm not sure why this... I want this release to last like a really long time. And what I could do is I could scrap the velocity on here. Sorry about that. What I could do is I could attach the velocity to the actual release. So now the louder the note is, rather than the note playing loud, it actually has a longer release. So all these notes have the same loudness, but I can control the release using the velocity rather than automating every friggin' note. So I think this will work better. Have I mentioned how much I love Massive? Another cool thing that I love to do with my Massive synths is to put a randomizer on the pan, just a little bit, but this will basically randomize the pan position of every note that Massive plays. So it'll give a little bit more stereo separation. I'm actually going to turn on a light over here because it's starting to get dark. Thanks, Elvik. I feel like they need to be processed a little bit more. And generally, when it comes to processing drums, or just drums in general, I don't always know what I'm doing, excuse me, but overdrive never hurts. Because this will give you just a little bit of crunch on the top end. Like this is with it on. Gives it a lot more shine. And I don't do it as often as I should. Oh, I'm getting people. Yeah. Ah. Forgot to go away on Skype. So yeah, compare this to this. Oh, God. Get it away from me, man. Delete. Ungroup. Okay. So now it's more kind of thinking about where this should go. I've been talking a lot this time, excuse me. I don't drink enough water, and this is a big water jug. I never finish it in a day. And for those who are new to the stream, I am very, very open to any suggestions you might have. So if you think of something that might work well, I would be more than happy to entertain that possibility. I should save this, however. 2-hour tracks. 2016 02 10. The experience of regret. Because I would be sad if I lost this. Although Ableton is very good at recovery for that kind of stuff. And obviously this Ocean sample, or this, it's actually Lake Superior. It's probably only going to last about 2.5 minutes. Maybe even less. I mean, I could theoretically just arrange a track with these layers, but I feel like it either needs a B section or it just needs a couple more layers, just in general. Yeah. So, I mean, for arrangement, I think it's fair that if I'm going to just break it up into chunks like this, something like this is a pretty good start. gotta do some management of my clips here. 3, 2 bars, loop like crazy, and then this should nope, that should loop too, at least for the time being. I can always go back and fix it up. So now that I got loops, so and I think I have, yeah, I do have a phaser on here, but it doesn't feel like it's doing as much as I want. One thing I'm noticing with this kick, it has a lot of top end, and that's not bad, but that's not exactly what I want, because I have a lot of other stuff like okay, that mixes in pretty well, and then yeah, I feel like just a little bit of reverb on this might help. Not a lot, just enough to give it a little bit more. Yeah. So altogether, and it might just be the sample. I might need to get a different sample. Yeah. So where the hell loose kick? So I might just have to try a different kick drum from this pack, but just a different. Yeah, I'll try this one. So this was loose kick 4. Oh, that's so much better. Like, I don't mind that it has a little bit of air to it, but it just had so much that I think it was running into this overdrive, and the overdrive was blasting it up even higher. But that's ugh. I should move that social media thing so it is not covering half my face. Oh, that's why it sounded weird. One problem with doing weird time signatures in Ableton is that Ableton does not always handle weird time signatures well in the thing. Session view, or live view. This is session view, I think. Yeah, whatever. Okay, another thing I'm gonna do is once all this stuff comes in, I need to bring down the ocean lake samples. It's not an ocean, it's a lake. Proud lake of Lake Superior, because it's the closest thing we have to an ocean up here in Minnesota. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to do. No, I think this is pretty good. Like the lead does fill up a lot of space, but I think I've left enough space open for it with all the other instruments for it to be okay. This is a weird one, man. I'm at a little bit of a loss as to how to proceed. Just kind of expanding this out a little bit. There are a couple ideas that might work, but I'm So this is to that point where you get like a decent sounding loop, and then you get a little bit locked into a certain feeling, and I don't want to get locked into anything right now. So what I'm going to do is rather than play C, we're gonna go up to F. Yeah, and it's gonna beep like crazy again. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that string. Okay. And this is probably going to be in a different section. Perfect. Okay, so maybe that doesn't have to be in a different section. I think that it could work here too. That's fair. Why there's a gap, I'm not sure. There. Also, thank goodness that Ableton is so good at warping this stuff. Whoops. Because I can just like warp out these silences a little bit. Oops. Yep, okay. Just trying different ways. Yep. That might be why that sounds weird. It should be here. Because I am excellent at timing. sometimes Ableton plays warped clips weird. So I'm going to switch up the rhythm over here in this next section and just play with something new, see if something comes out of it. If not, that's okay too. No. I'm trying not to leave more than 2 hats gap between kicks, just to kind of get a feeling. But what I might do on the 4th loop here is exactly that. So we'll see. Okay, yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, right here. Perfect. And then just add a couple little pieces of flair in there. And then, seeing as this is kind of a different part, I might as well mess around with the chord progression a little bit, but I don't want to mess around with it too much. Ugh. That's why that note's not playing. A+ for Ben. There we go. I'm gonna have to get the guitar out again because apparently I'm a sucker for punishment. So I'm moving to G sharp, I think. There it is. Stop it. Okay, so that's easy enough. So rather than having all the crazy clicks, I'm just gonna go like that. Gonna give myself a little bit more lead-in time though. Why did that not record? Is this thing really that temperamental? I really don't want to go get my bass fixed, guys. Yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, getting my bass fixed would suck. But hey, I love playing it, and I need to learn how to play it a little better, so... Oops. Clicky click. Wow, that was off by a whole beat. Though in my defense, this song is off in a lot of different ways. So, yeah, I'll be fine. See, I'm making a B section here. So, how this is probably going to work is I'm going to take this section and I'm going to probably expand this lead out into probably 3 or 4 loops. And then I have this B section here, which I'll do something similar with a different lead. And then I'll probably revert back to this first section again, loop it like 1 or 2 more times, and then just do a fade out. So, I mean, I'm honestly like 90% of the way done. I need to create one more instrument, or at least one more instrument, probably 2. 2 more instruments, mess around with their chords a little bit, and then just kind of expand out the melodies that I have, and just do a janky mixing mastering job like I always do, and then we're good. We're golden. Yeah, so this stuff can be out like another one. And this one can be like boop. And then there's going to be another lead here. These chords will be repeated, so I should make this a loop. A very awkward loop, apparently. What is going on here? Length is 4 bars, not 13 bars and 12 beats. There we go. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to mess with those releases manually, I think. Oh boy. Kind of the problem that I'm having. I'm bumping into all like the technical issues with Ableton because everything's in a weird time signature. I want this to happen sooner. So I can shove this over another couple bars. All I want to do at the end here is have this tail out. So oh, stop it. So, and if I have time, I'm definitely going to go back and make these drums a little bit more dynamic. Same with a lot of this other stuff. With this, I'm thinking about, rather than having the arpeggio move around so much, since we're moving up to the 4th, we can just stick... Oh wait, that should be up. What the hell am I doing? So I'm just going through these and just trying to figure out better ways to execute how this is played. And granted, this is all like super in the background anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but it kind of matters. Okay. So I'm thinking I'll just block out the rest of this now. Come on. Come on. Copy. Paste. Yep. And then we'll just have like a basic lead out, which we kind of want to take this base. This is what I like about working with the future technology. Like, I can just cut up the notes that I already played, and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so this will be about where it ends right here. This will last a little bit longer. And I probably have some kind of fade out there. Loop those. That'll last a little bit longer. Have that fade out. Yeah, I like having that there. Whoa. So that way. Yeah. This is like by no means finished. I still have a lot of work left to do with the second with the second lead here. This has to be completely different. With these chords are fine. Like, this is just kind of like a middle section here, so it's just a little different. Okay, so I can make that. Boo, boo, boo. Actually, now that I push those together, I want to split them apart. Because I have a little bit of a break before going back into it. Good, good, good. Obviously, there's more work to be done, but let's see. Just, whoa, 10 decibels is a little high. Whoa. That was the wrong key altogether. I am not doing well with timing tonight. Whatever. See, I want to have it's similar to the other one, but I also want it to. I'll just take the cheap route here. Cheap and easy. That's what you should be doing when you're on a time crunch. So the last time it ended on a seventh note, which offers a lot of tension. This time it'll end on kind of an inverted. Nah. I like it the way before. Okay, so that's a little bit different, but it definitely works. Ah. So it might be cheesy, but I like the idea of just having this come on. So That ain't bad. Cool. I am just gonna do a full playthrough here because it's only like 2 minutes, and just to see if there's any weird stuff that I missed because I've been jumping all over the place. I still need to do the middle bit, which is fine. I feel like the bass is a little loud. So in this section, I'm gonna just create another, probably just one more instrument. I'm thinking about just an arpeggio that just moves in and out, that offers some complex chords. That needs to be a chord. And then just to kind of resolve it a little bit, just okay, so seeing as that I can't control the velocity of those last notes, I'm going to just add a utility just so I can manually bring down the volume because those need to kind of fade out with the rest of the song. But I like that they linger on. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so what I need to do now is with this middle section here, I am, like always, I'm going to start with an analog and see if I can get anything to work here. I also just realized that since I have this, I should mirror it. Oh yeah, I should mirror it here. Maybe not. Okay, so working on this section now. Ableton, I hate you sometimes. There. So we got to fill this in with something, and I'll just stick with 4-bar loops right now, and I want it to be consistent, like every beat. So right now I am working with like a 4, 2, 4, 3. It's a 7 to a 6. Okay. So that's not bad. Obviously, it needs to sound a little better, but I can work with those. So boom, boom. The other thing I can do is I can play around with the new beat a little bit. Just kind of play off of it. Move all of this up. Yeah. And then, and that should all be lined up still, except, no, that's right. Except for that, this needs to be here. And I'm missing a note, which is not a surprise. Where did I screw up? There it is. Okay. Obviously, that sounds like garbage right now. And because I am a damn genius, that should be there. Oh, jeez. So, a little busy work to fix this up. It also gives me the opportunity to mess with this arpeggio a little bit more. Or maybe I'll just stick with what I have and I'll mess around with it if I have time. There. Duplicate. So what I'm thinking of is the simple way of doing this is to create a volume sweep up and a volume sweep down, and then a resonance and filter sweep up and a filter sweep down here, and up the resonance a little bit, that, and I kind of want to get the Valhalla shimmer on this too, but definitely not in the same capacity. 17 minutes, huh? Starting to get a little down to the wire, isn't it? Mod depth. I just want the size. Okay, the size. Okay. I need to spend a little bit more time learning that, I guess. So I'll just do some of my old standbys here, and I'll be happy with that. Bandpass, that's what I want. That seems really, really finicky. Hey, thanks, Signs of Life. Good. Thank you, Signs of Life. I really appreciate that. I love Valhalla Shimmer. It's really cool. I might try to use Valhalla Room for this. This is too subtle, which is the problem. Because yeah, I use stock Ableton stuff a lot actually. I dig it. Yeah, exactly. People usually like diss a lot of like stock stuff that comes with DAWs, but back when I was using FL Studio, I used a lot of their stuff, a lot of their basic stuff. Um, and I loved it. 3x OSC, which is basically FL Studio's version of Analog, is crazy powerful, and not a lot of people got there. That's what I wanted. Yeah, yeah, and I don't have any send tracks in this one, which is probably a little bit of a mistake on my part. Another thing that I want to do is with these drums, since this is kind of a B section, I want to add an extra little bit to the top, and I'm wondering if I can get a really like a ride cymbal like sitting way in the back. Yeah, these are all crashes. Oh, I need something higher than that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this is it's actually gonna sit way in the back. Um, and it's not gonna be very loud. And that was smart. Let's put it on the. Why isn't that looped? So I think that'll help. I basically I just want something to sit in the background a little bit. And give the second section a little bit more differentiation when it comes to just how it sounds. I have not been paying attention to the time. Holy crap. As for a B section, like, just not really terribly interesting, but it definitely breaks up the general loop flow of it. So I think that that works pretty well for that situation. Okay, I'm gonna try to. If this doesn't work in 3 or 4 minutes, I'm just gonna scrap it. But oh, cool. I'll definitely try to check your stream up, buddy, and hopefully you'll stick around. I don't know if you subscribed because I don't have any fancy email alerts or anything on my stream yet, but I'm gonna work on that at some point. But so I don't know if you subscribed, but I hope you did because I do this twice a week, and I will definitely check out your channel as well. So yeah, have a good one, buddy. Thank you. Get some old school ATB stuff going on. Okay, so that should work. Nothing too fancy, but just a little bit more juice in the middle bits here. That came out sounding way dirtier. Too slow. So I'll give this a try, see if I can get something going on here. I don't like how strong that attack is. At that point, I might as well just bring this down to 1. Reverb, dry wet. Overdrive should be in the... That works just fine. I'm gonna do a little bit of pitch bend stuff on here because I can. Whoop. I want to have that extend out. I need to mess with the volume on this a little bit. It's a little loud. And the quantizing, because I am garbage and can't play notes even if they're one at a time. That should be good. Cool. That's holding onto the note a little too long, though. You can kind of overstay your welcome with that, even if it's just 2 beats. Thanks, phone. So, Akia, thank you for following me, and I also saw that Signs of Life did also follow me. So that genuinely means a lot. Like, it's really hard to scrap together followers on Twitch, it seems. Okay, so what I'm going to do a very quick mix master job on this. Obviously, like always, it's not going to be professional in the same way that, you know, a professional would do it. But This base is actually a little overpowering, so I want to make sure that gets brought down. Alright, watch your ears because this is going to get turned up. I did not know I was mixing that quiet. I'm sorry. Okay, so it sounds pretty good. Amy, why are you still awake? And thank you. Go to bed. For serious, don't you have work? Or don't you just need to sleep in general? I realized you might not actually have work right now because of reasons. Apparently at some point during this recording, yeah, there's a lot of clipping. So I'm going to turn down Ableton a little bit and hopefully that'll help. Yeah, that's better. Sorry if that was really loud before. Okay, so I have 3 minutes left. Two things I want to do with that. For starters, I like the idea of having empty spots like that. So I want to do that a couple times, just kind of sprinkled throughout. Not there though. So maybe I'll just do it twice. That's fine too. I just want to make things a little bit more interesting because yeah, there is kind of a lot of loops right now. And then just kind of messing around with generally. Thank you. I agree. I actually really like how this one turned out. I was a little worried, to be honest. I'm always, to be honest, a little worried when I first start one of these things, because I literally do not come in here with anything. Like, I knew that I was going to be doing something with polyrhythms, or what is it, compound meters, and that was about it. So so yeah, I'm just spending the last couple minutes messing around with stuff, adding a couple ghost notes, just basically making this a little more interesting. What is going on with that? Shoot, there. So this one has a weird, because, okay, so that won't be a problem. Okay, so I got 30 seconds left. I might as well just call it done. This one is a cool one. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. at some point will probably take all of the cool songs that I've done and put them into an album or something like that. But that's still months away. I've only done this. This is number 7, I think, of my 2-hour track streams. I definitely want to keep doing it. I'm at about a 50% success rate for something that I really genuinely like, and this is definitely something that I really like. So yeah, I'm gonna play through it one time, and then I have to prep for my little class that starts in like 20 minutes. So let's listen. Let's listen at the actual beginning. Yes, this is cheating, but I'm going to bring this down early. I can cheat, it's my challenge. Yep, that's another one down. Next Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be interesting. I need to compose a piratey sounding jig. That that will maybe be a train wreck, but it'll be fun either way. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream right here. There are some things that I'd love to fix about this, as always, but if I do come back and release an album for this, I'm going to be sitting down and like pulling these out to probably like 5-minute tracks or something, and just adding more interesting things. But for 2 hours, I am really pleased with this. So cool. Thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. It means a lot. Even if you've left it or you're watching this on YouTube, it means a lot to me that you're watching this at all. So you can follow me on the social medias. Twitter is Ben_Burns, BURNES. Twitch is the same. That's really what I use the most. So if you're on YouTube, you already know that. And if you're watching this on the stream, my YouTube thing has been popping up down here the whole time. It's just plus Ben_Burns because it uses Google Plus now, and that's fantastic. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this in the future, or at least get alerts of more of this in the future. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. You guys have a good week. I will see you on Sunday or earlier if I have the Jones to keep streaming. So thanks very much. You guys have a good night.